Okay, I might as well get into it. Now, ladies, in particular married ladies, there is a method that men have been taught recently by love gurus called the scrambler method. Basically, a lot of young guys are watching YouTube videos. They're taking notes from women on YouTube, and they're learning how to make the opposite gender interested in them. All the trigger points to trigger obsession. Now, if you're a married woman and a man is making intense eye contact with you and is initiating the conversation and is taking the time to pretty much to give off that body language, he's using the scrambler method, which is a new dating tactic that basically automatically makes you putty in his hands, which means he's verbally coerced you and manipulated you into having sex with him. Now, if you're a married woman and this happens to you, unfortunately, you made the mistake of having a conversation with somebody who tested the waters and thought it might be funny to push you to that point. Which means by now, if you're watching this video, either two things have happened. A, you've talked to somebody and you're entertaining the idea of having sex with him behind your husband's back, or B, you already have had sex with him behind your husband's back. Now, for starters, if you haven't cheated on your husband yet, don't. Find a female friend, tell on yourself. Find a therapist, tell on yourself. Find a priest, tell on yourself, tell on yourself, tell on yourself. You are your own worst enemy, so don't do it. And oh yeah, take a good look around you. How many people in the room or around you when that interaction happened were watching? How many people are staring right at you? Figure out who saw right through it. There's always that man or woman who will sit there and be able to and see right through the crap. They can see right through it and they know exactly what's going on, and they cannot be fooled. Now, that's how you prevent it. That's the before. Now, here's the after. For the after ones who have made that horrible mistake, who have sat there and done something that you really, really regret, calm down and let me give you a minute, some 2 cents as to what just happened to you. That man took advantage of you and took advantage of your vulnerable nature, and he sat there and triggered something in you. He committed a very evil act, and he did something very immoral and wrong and horrible, and he fucked with your marriage, and he screwed up with your universe, and he completely ruined your world. Your marriage can be saved, but what you need to do is you need to find that guy or a girl who witnessed the first initial interaction happen, and you need to have a heart-to-heart with them. I'm talking about that most uncomfortable conversation you're going to have, to where they know you had an affair behind your husband's back. They know you were doing something stupid, and they know that you got caught up in the mix of it. Now, once you hear their perspective, they're going to tell you as compassionately as possible. They'll say, I know that you did it. It's obvious you did. And that perpetual daily walk of shame that you do is not fooling me, not in the slightest. The most honest thing you could do is get real. Don't prance around like everything's fine when everything's not, because you made a stupid, horrible mistake. Your marriage can work. It can be reconciled. But here's the thing. You and your husband cannot make that work alone. You need to sit there and communicate with other people who saw it, who saw the problem for what it is. And don't be mad at them, because how many people are going to be comfortable with going to your husband saying, hey, guess what? This person who you trust is actually hitting on your wife. guess what? Nobody is comfortable with initiating that conversation. So, again, if you got seduced or got caught up because of the scrambler method, then honestly, two things. If you haven't, don't. But if you have, it doesn't mean it's the end of your marriage. It just means that you have to sit there and get honest and real about who you are. This is why in churches they discourage you from going on social media all the time, because this is the sick shit that happens. Congratulations. Welcome to YouTube, where people actually learn how to commit immoral, disgusting acts. Welcome to social media and the internet, where everything's at your fingertips to learn how to ruin people's lives. It's not over yet if you have made that mistake, but you have to make hard choices. Go to counseling. Make some proper choices. Talk to the people who clearly saw that something was going on and take the burden off them, because they have to sit there and carry that shit around with them.